Immortal Zeus.
By the way, nephew, I hear tell your mother Nyx is quite the catch. If you'll forgive my saying so, of course. Your father's never had much of a sensibility around companionship, though perhaps this concubine of his brought something out in him at last.
My, but you're as determined as my foster brothers were when my sisters and I stood with them against the Titans way back when.
Heard you wrestled with some satyrs near the surface, Zag. Nice work making it that far, and I just want to let you know that they are definitely not my crew, man. Satyrs I know aren't like that at all.
Little Goblin, you must know the 7 types of love by now, don't you? It's quite a complicated field, though several types intrigue me most of all. In fact, why, I have several types of love for you right here.
My sisters and I, we've had a chance to talk and we have come to an agreement, Zagreus. As you can see.
Megara, Tiss, you ready?
Murderer.
3 against 1. Doesn't seem all that sporting now, does it?
We're each well past the need for any sport. We'll kill you, whatever it takes. Your knees, now. Got him, Electo. Good.
Hope you enjoy your stay.
Well, see you later then. We don't let anybody in or out of this place, do you, boy? Take it easy, boy. I'll probably be back here in no time.
The watchdog Cerberus merely sulks upon his supple bedroll.
Saw your new pact of punishment out in the courtyard, Father. Impressed that you could find a parchment large enough to fit all the unpleasant stipulations. So you're taking even harsher measures to contain me?
Whether you consent to the terms of the pact is entirely up to you, boy. But in all your comings and goings, it is important that we have full knowledge of which property is being carried from the premises.
Oh, Orpheus, I heard from Hermes, messenger and god of travel and all that. It's odd I'm giving you his message in this case, but he says hey. Admires your musical ability as well.
Oh, that was kind of him, my friend. When I first ventured deep into this realm, while searching for the soul of my lost muse, after I failed utterly, it was Lord Hermes who whisked her away. It happened so fast. He did an excellent job.
I'm glad you took it so well.
So if there's anything that I can do for you, Nyx, you need but ask, all right? I plan to pull my weight.
Your services were always welcome here. Please acclimate yourself at your own rate. I am available to answer any questions you may have at any time.
Thank you, my friend. I have to tell you, it's good to be back.
Well, look at you, lad, with that codex brimming with our history. I knew I could rely on you to fill it out. Back when I was alive, why, no one would have ever believed what goes on down here.
Mortals must have had their stories, though, about what happens to them once they die and once they end up in this place.
Well, they had their stories, definitely so. They fear your father, understandably. They also fear your dog. But most of them know precious little else. Even their fears, I think, are born of ignorance, as most fears tend to be.
Next.
Oh, this is wonderful, except I'm racked with guilt for having nothing much to give you in return. You never even got a mother's love from me.
Please don't say that. It's just a gift, all right? Besides, can't we start now? Mother and son type things, if you would like.
I'd like that even more than this fine nectar, Zagreus.
State your claim. The Lord and ruler of Olympus on the world? Why, he needs a healthy sense of humor, no, young man? There's an awful lot of spoil sports out here, can't even take a little joke. Well, I know all their mothers. Fie on all of them, I say. Let's joke away!
I'm told a number of the underwater denizens from my domain were captured fair and square through your surpassing skill using the rod of fishing, little Hades. They're yours. I've millions more.
Ahoy there.
Hey, sir.
So how do you like the surface, hey, Prince Ed? Now that you've finally had a chance to see it for yourself. Not too bad, I hope.
It takes some getting used to, that's for sure. I'm not sure I'll ever grow completely accustomed to it. Do you miss it, sir?
Oh, you know, I still have almost everything that matters, and the rest, it makes for precious memories I didn't have up there.
You think you've a chance in hell without my help, am I to understand? You made a big mistake there, little Hades. Just you watch. Well, that was truly finely fought indeed, nephew. And I've a suitable reward here just for you. Don't even know what I was mad about.
Hi, you three.
What's the matter, Zagreus? You look a bit uncomfortable. Something you want to say to me? Or any one of us?
Well, it's just... there's something that I wanted to discuss with you at some point, Meg, but after more consideration, I'm thinking maybe now is not the time.
I understand entirely. Though you should know my sisters and I keep no secrets from each other anymore. Isn't that right, sisters?
Cut quickly, boss. You need to hurry up and get out of there. You're running out of time. You're not, really, but it's a bit of motivation, Meg.
Lady Athena. Lady Athena, I know there's more at stake for you in this than just my plight. You care so much about this family. That care and your determination spurs me on. I'm ever grateful.
Perhaps there really is no time quite like the present when it comes to showing thanks to one another, my dear cousin. You've opened my eyes to the possibility, though I remain steadfast in my resolve to fight for you. Remain relentless in your effort to escape, dear cousin. In spite of all our differences, perseverance is a quality we all possess.
The one thing better than singing, hon, is singing with somebody you love.
Hey, Than.
I have arrived. Thought I might stop by and check up on this corner of the underworld, Zag.
Gentlemen.
Come forth and die, preferably with some amount of dignity. Ah, the sweetness of revenge.
I swear, that Theseus.
I'm up! Look, I have to say, I just don't think you have a real chance against both Theseus and the Minotaur together. But you might just have a chance to get the Minotaur's autograph from me if maybe you ask nice or something?
No.
Greetings.
Pardon the interruption, everyone.
Somebody raised you very well indeed, my son. Nyx, I suppose. I'll never be half the mother she is. She's done it for eons, while I'm only getting started.
For what it's worth, I happen to think you're off to an excellent start. Nyx did teach me a lot. Achilles too, and father in a way. But there is no replacing your presence. I felt that before we ever met, and now I know for sure.
Thank you, Zagreus. Let's hope you're right. I nurtured very many plants, at least. Of that I can assure you. Perhaps my gardening experience provided a bit of a head start on this whole mothering thing.
Perhaps I'm part plant. You know, that painting in your bedchambers, it turned out rather well, didn't it? Some very talented shades around here.
Oh, it's beautiful. I tried to persuade your father to hang it out in the hall, but he's too coy about such things. Though I like it where it is. A reminder to us every day and night.
Still can't believe you let me hold a spear.
You want more pets? I got more pets here, boy.
The Hound of Hell barely regards the prince, having been sated for the time.
Be good, boy. You ever think of giving Thanatos a break, Father? He seems to have more than his fair share of work of late.
Blame the blasted mortals for perishing so easily, or blame Lord Ares prior to accusing me. With their surface wars, not only do they kill each other readily, but also often subsequently perish from the consequences of it all.
What wars? What's going on up there? Why don't the other Olympians do something?
Bah, how should I know? The mortals are equipped to settle their petty differences by any number of means. You have to make room for them all sooner or later, regardless.
That's certainly a way of looking at it.
I have to thank you for the mirror back there, lad. Lets me get a better look at things out in the Great Hall every now and then.
Of course, sir. Don't mention it. You're really stuck having to guard this corridor most of the time, huh?
Oh, certainly it's an important corridor. Think of it. If just any shade could pass through either of those doors back there, your father's barely keeping it together as it is.
Well, this should help you keep an eye on him. Than, my blade, the one I'm borrowing from Father anyway, it revealed to me an older aspect of itself, of Nemesis. Nyx never mentions her. Have you two ever met?
In case you haven't noticed, most of us who sprang from Nyx, we are not exactly close. Nemesis is fully occupied meting out justice on the surface. Our paths are not designed to cross. And based on everything I know, that's fine with me.
I'm sure she's lovely then. Hey Meg, you're off duty, aren't you? Look, I was just hoping you might want to split this with me. Best if I could find out there and I would give it all to you. It's just, maybe you wouldn't mind some company. From me.
You sound a little tongue-tied, Zagreus. Just like you always used to around me.
You're not exactly easy to approach, you know. So, how about it then? Care for a drink with me?
Open it up and we can go from there. You should have seen the look on your face. You act a lot more confidently now. Though, I think deep down you're still that inexperienced little godling that you used to be.
And I think deep down you're not the heartless harbinger of retribution that you want for everyone to think you are. But I can keep your secret if you're willing to keep mine. What do you say?
That sounds an awful lot like blackmail, Zagreus. You'd stoop to that with me?
No, I was just... That's not what I meant at all.
I just want to see you squirm. Thanks for the company and for the drink. Guess I'll be seeing you around.
Yeah, thanks. Please, Lord Uncle Zeus, accept this gift of nectar in your honor, though it is such a pittance in comparison to all the generosity you've shown.
I'm very pleased to see a show of such respect and admiration for your uncle, Zagreus. You'll go quite far here on Olympus with an attitude like that. Not everyone's as mannered, nor as wise. Safe here from your father, Zagreus. But while you're still inside that underworld, there's only so much we can do.
May this small offering bring you some joy there on Olympus, Lady Demeter. Thank you for all your help.
A conscientious gift, my little sprout, and I am grateful for your generosity. A bit... I must admit, I have grown fond of you, young sprout. Nevertheless, I shall not spoil you like some ill-mannered child.
Hey, hey. Must say, Prince Ed, the free life sure does have its perks down here. This place really isn't as bad as it's cracked up to be.
Glad to hear it, sir. But you're still here, the same as ever. Is it really all that different from the way it always was?
Well, it used to be I'd have to start heaving boldly there at any point if the Fury Sisters decided to show up. But now, I just get to relax, chat a bit with the other shades, and give you one of these when you're in the area.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
You must have gone and signed a pact. Isn't that right, Red Blood? Tell me right now.
Well, as a matter of fact, I have. Though I don't see how that's any business of yours, Electo.
I like working alone, and you don't see me doing that right now, do you? So I would say it's my business, all right, along with killing you.
I have grown closer than expected with the goddess Nyx in all of this, cousin. It is quite evident to me how much she cares for you. I must admit I envy your relationship sometimes, for I've made do without a mother's presence in my life.
I don't recall if I yet warned against this type of attitude. Although it doesn't matter either way. Next time, young Zagreus, perhaps I'll take every last bit of warmth you've left down there.
Just what I need.
I guess I'm used to these one-sided chats here, boss, thanks to my work experience with my professional associate down there. You tell him I said hi, all right? You made the choice. And now I'm here, and you're somewhere else.
He's just as obstinate as ever, isn't he? Always refused to budge. He ever tell you of the war in which we fought? I fought, I should say. He could have ended it, but he refused to take up arms.
Achilles hasn't been particularly forthcoming about his mortal days, no. So he wouldn't fight. I've heard that mortals sometimes frown on that, but why should he have fought if he didn't believe in the cause?
He shared our cause. So what if it was not completely his? If not for his stubbornness, I would have come here just a bit later, I think.
He blames himself for what happened to you, you know. I figured he failed to defend you or something, not that he didn't fight at all. Although he said something about how, once you died, he shortly followed in a rage.
I wouldn't know a thing about that, stranger, for you see, I was already dead. Getting my place here in the afterlife all sorted out took quite some time, getting accustomed to all this.
You've come, short one. I dreamed of this very moment.
Come on, Asterius, we fought how many times already? What's there to dream about?
No, I dreamed. And in my dream, there was something I had to tell you. Rather, something you have to tell the weapons you wear in your hands. Tell them, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death.
Hey, I know what that is. That's a waking phrase. So I'm to speak it to Malphon. Wait, why are you helping me?
I don't know whether I'm helping you or not, but in my dream, an ancient hero fought a beast of a man barehanded. They became friends in the end, after a great battle. I long for a fight like that.
I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death. Get on.
I thought I'd find you here. We'll have to catch up at some other time, though good to see you anyway.
Rematch.
Asterius and I shall smite you back into the lowest depths of hell. Return whence you came.
Oh, I want a rematch now.
Oh, Good, you're back. So prior to when Theseus killed you again back there, did you by any chance happen to ask his big bull buddy for an autograph for me this time?
Did not come up. Guess Mother's off someplace.
You wish to see me once again, my lord? It's been a while since I had an audience with you.
It has. The last time, what was it you said? That there must be some resolution to the matter, as you called it, with my son. Well, it is settled now. Isn't it, boy?
I mean, you're still trying just as hard as ever to prevent me from escaping past the threshold of your realm, so I don't know if I'd exactly call the matter settled. But it does feel different now.
And so you see, I would continue in our mutual good graces, if you please. This house can only function if the upper management is in accord. What do you say?
I say you honor me, my lord. I appreciate you telling me yourself, and I concur that for the good of all the underworld, it is imperative that each of us continue to perform at our full strength.
Then, as you were, dismissed.
Are you the one whom I should thank for this most wondrous music stand, my friend? Why, it is positively splendid, isn't it?
A renowned court musician ought to have the finest means available, I think. I'm pleased you like it, Orpheus. Though, tell me something. How can it play your music when you're not even here?
Who can explain the secret art of Daedalus, my friend? Know only that whenever it produces music for your listening enjoyment, that the sound you hear is coming from my soul.
Amazing, and a bit unsettling. Nyx, my mother was quite concerned to learn Olympus has been aiding me. Haven't you put her in danger by involving them? Was there no other way?
No, there was not. She has been in danger all along. I concealed her, yes, even from me. But it is not enough. I do not think that you could have found her without the Olympians. And if I did not reveal your existence to them, if they discovered who you are, it would be worse.
Ugh, what a mess. How are we going to fix this?
The Olympians maintain belief that you are trying to reach them. I trust we can sustain this understanding for a long, long time. Perhaps not forever, but long enough to discover a solution. Perhaps with your birth mother's help.
I'll be careful.
What can I do for you?
Oh, hi!
You and your sisters really don't get along well, do you?
Alecto and Tisiphone and I each have a different outlook, I would say. We've learned mostly to stay out of one another's way.
That doesn't sound like a healthy basis for a relationship between siblings.
Are you lecturing me about healthy relationships with family, Zagreus? Your family, your father's family, is the most broken and corrupted in the history of the entire concept.
Fair point. I didn't mean to sound like I had any meaningful advice there, Meg. We're stuck with our bloodlines and our relatives, aren't we?
Your family cut their Titan parents into pieces and then scattered them in Tartarus. Remember that when next you tell me about family.
Hey, I saw you in Thanatos recently, Prince. You too? If you don't mind me saying, you are quite the pair. I mean, you ought to see yourselves. Makes me a little woozy just remembering it now. Well, up I go then. Bye!
Bye. Guess everybody knows. I know that it's a painful subject, sir, but can you tell me what exactly happened in the war that claimed Patroclus and yourself? He brought it up. Said you refused to fight.
Until he died. I did refuse to fight until he died. But at that point... Look, lad. If we're going to discuss these matters, best we do so in the lounge, not here. The fool of a king I served. I'd never take up arms for him. But Patroclus, he always had a different way of looking at things. As I refused to fight, he rose to the occasion, took up my armor, led my brothers into battle in my guise, fought nobly. But then he... well...
And after you found out, you sought vengeance for him. Took vengeance.
That I did. They got me finally, of course. But not before I broke them first. The war soon ended after that. It is an awful contradiction that to quickly end war, one need only extinguish many lives at once. I had not realized it at the time.
Did you allow yourself to die so that you could see Patroclus again here?
I don't know. Maybe. I only know that I was filled with rage. Rage that subsided soon after I arrived here. I felt empty. I never saw Patroclus again. But I learned my brothers honored my last request, as my ashes were laid to rest with his. Anyway, appreciate the drink. Suppose I'd best be getting back to standing quietly about. Though that war, lad. Don't ask me about it again. All right?
Of course. Malphon, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death. The hidden aspect of an ancient god king, Gilgamesh. Grant me the aspect of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, what happened to your mitts, boyo?
For their mistakes in life, the wretched shades of Tartarus are bound to me in death. However hatefully, they answer to me, quite unlike you.
You got that right. Lord Zeus. If you can hear me, mighty Uncle Zeus, I wish to make to you this simple gift, and with it send my humble wish that someday you and Father settle all your differences and be at peace.
Ah, most splendid of an offering, young man. And while we've yet to even meet in person, I already feel as though the two of us are close. Why, closer than you must be even with your father. Perhaps we ought to go telling everybody I'm your real father, am I right? I suppose even down in the underworld you would have heard such tales of me, young man. They're all untrue, except the tales of my bravery. Those are completely accurate, though all too modest in most cases, I must say.
Your power and your wisdom have been of such help, good Lady Demeter. I'm honored, and this is the least I can do in exchange.
I was quite certain that the youth today was lacking any sort of tactfulness, young Zagreus. For once, I'm thankful to be proven wrong. This land is not unlike your own in certain ways. For Helios, the sun has not shone down upon it for some time. How long, I really couldn't tell you, little sprout. Long enough for mortals to take notice, certainly.
I'm back, ladies.
Ready, sister. Things can't entirely be different between you and me. You know that, don't you, Zag? Not when it comes to this, at least.
I do. We wouldn't both be consummate professionals if it were any other way. You won't be going easy on me, will you?
I'm going to pretend you didn't ask me that. Now give me everything you've got.
Here to tell you that Poseidon's on his way, boss. Sometimes he is a little slow, but you'll meet up with him again eventually.
Here he comes.
Looks like I got here just in time. We'll catch up later. Now let's deal with these wretches and be done.
Uncle Poseidon, I have a special catch for you, although it pales next to your sheer awesomeness.
Oh, now would you look at that? Is that an offering to your most favorite uncle, me? You know what, nephew? I've decided I shall take it. Thanks. Little Hades, it appears that you are moving right along, almost at an uncanny pace. I wonder how you got to be so fast. Aquatic exercise?
I'll take it.
I trust the riverboatman Charon has been keeping plenty busy lately, thanks to me. An incorrect decision there, my kin, to side against me thus. Blood needs be shed, and yours is going to suffice. You capably survived my wrath, and I commend you for it. Let us continue on, as friends and kin.
Dear Aphrodite, surely you have all the offerings you can stand, but I would ask that you accept one more.
Oh, dearest, but it stirs my heart to know you care so deeply for a wonderful relationship. To celebrate it with such princely gifts. You do know that I'm married, don't you, love? I'd forgive you if you didn't. For my husband, he is always busy with his work. I'm grateful that you're there for me to talk to.
A challenger? You challenge us to battle, Hellspawn? Then Asterius and I accept.
A noble attempt.
Ugh, blasted ghost minotaur.
Hello? Slain by the Minotaur once more. Now he's a real beast there, isn't he? But tell me something, any progress on that autograph request of mine?
Nope, none whatsoever.
I'd best get back to singing, Zagreus.
Good seeing you.
What is it, child? I sense that your concern's of a different nature than it usually is. Yet it is veiled to me, somehow.
Oh, it's just... Please don't take this the wrong way, Nyx, but I was worried you were being rather harsh to Dusa. You asked her not to speak to me at all?
I asked she mind her own responsibilities. I fear she forgets herself in this house. Though you have an informal heir, you are the prince, the only son of the Lord Hades, fate-appointed master of this realm. You shall have the company of gods, not severed gorgon heads.
If I'm so important, shouldn't I be the one to choose whom I get to interact with around here?
You do not fully know your place, my child. The gorgon head most certainly does not know hers. Please focus on your task at hand and leave her be.
Whatever you say.
All three of Cerberus the Watchdog's terrifying countenances greet the prince.
Hey, Achilles. I heard from Lady Artemis out there. It seems you have a bit of a fan in her. She wanted me to tell you you're the best. She's not mistaken, by the way.
The goddess of the hunt herself said that. That's very flattering to hear. Good thing she doesn't know I'm all washed up by now. The memory is of my glory days.
Oh, hi!
Hey, Dusa, something I was wondering, and it's just curiosity, mind you, but is there somebody else? I mean, somebody special whom you're close with or would like to be? Romantically, I mean, if it's all right to ask.
Oh, you can ask me anything. But, somebody else romantically. Not really, no. It's not really my thing. It doesn't mean I don't have feelings for you, though. You know that, right? I wouldn't drop what I'm doing and throw myself at danger for just anyone, you know?
I definitely know. There's 7 kinds of love or so, isn't that right? It isn't something that's taught extensively down here, though, so there's still a lot for me to learn, I guess.
Wow, I never thought of it as love until you said it there just now, Prince. But you're right. I love you, Zagreus. That feels good to come right out and say, you know? Okay, well, bye.
I love you too, Dusa.
Well, be that as it may. If they pester you at all, do let me know and I shall have them dealt with quickly.
Oh, Hades. I think the shades around here have been through enough as it is. I don't mind them. After all the time I spent on my own, Having some company has been a welcome change.
You are certain all your needs have been provided for? Because if there's anything that you require...
Require? Look at this place, Hades. Look at me. I have everything. And so do you. Try not to worry quite so much. And be patient with your son. That's all I ask.
Persephone, I cannot promise you such things. They're not my strengths. Besides, I have a reputation to uphold. God of the dead. If the wretches do not fear me, or you for that matter, what then?
I'm not going to tell you how to balance your work, your marriage, and your parental responsibilities. I don't think anybody on Olympus or below knows quite how best to manage that. So long as we do our best.
Our best. That I can promise you.
King of the Olympians, Lord Zeus, forgive this offer of ambrosia, for I know you have no limit of it there. But here it is the finest gift that can be given, and even still it isn't anything compared to all you've done for me. Thank you, Uncle.
Now, nephew, you are most generous indeed in showing all this deference to me. But we must keep some distance, shouldn't we? Lest all the others here, why, they would be most jealous if they caught me playing favorites. Even though you are my favorite. Presently, at least. Hail, my most honorable beloved nephew. And I bring to you the blessing of Olympus, so that you might finally get out of there already.
You on the top of the mountain, you know that, man? Good on you, getting on just about everybody's good side up here. I mean, that is a feat, all right?
Lord Ares, as bloodshed has become somewhat of a necessity in my situation, I'm very grateful that you're with me in this. I know never to take it for granted.
You're most gracious with me, my kid, and I remain enthralled as ever by your blood-soaked way of life. I trust the violence I have wrought on your behalf has been quite satisfactory. There's so much insufferable talk of peace up here, my kin. It is quite the relief to focus on much more important things with you.
That'll show you.
Dear Aphrodite, the incomparable beauty of Olympus is less difficult to fathom having already met you. I'm so grateful to have earned your favor.
My, but don't you come on rather strong there, little godling. Though I can take much more of your affections, you shall see. Oh, dearest, I suspect we'll have ourselves a most exciting time together, you and I. Just do your best, and it'll all be fine.
Avoid a caution, cuz. No one asks too many questions about me or my professional associate down there. I hand souls over to him, and that's it, you understand?
Hello, Fury Sisters.
Murder!
Eurydice, did you by any chance ever meet a Persephone during the whole thing when Orpheus came down to try to get you?
Oh, her? Yeah, she was with Hades Sr. Why? Wait. Whoa. Are you? I thought...
It's complicated, and please keep it quiet. I was just wondering, what was she like, if you recall?
Didn't get much of an impression, but I can tell you this. She had good taste in music. Orpheus and I think we won her over with our little duet. Haven't seen or heard from her lately, though.
Won't need but a moment of your time here, boss, and you'll more than make up for it right quick. You got my guarantee.
I salute you, Uncle Poseidon. Your strength and confidence inspire me, and you accepted me as part of the family without question. It means a lot.
Oh, nephew, but you needn't shower me with offerings and praise, you know. I have no need of showering at all. Not when I've the sea itself to do with as I please. That scoundrel Theseus. Apparently he earned himself some sort of winsome prize for all his blustering there in Elysium. I'm quite certain that no matter what he and his bull friend have at their disposal, you've the power to defeat them utterly. So go do it. Surely I'll get word.
It's been a little while, hasn't it? I heard there was a matter that required my attention here.
My Lady Artemis, your favor's been invaluable to me. No finer huntress ever walked the surface of the earth or underneath.
You're being very nice to me, and that makes me suspicious, understand? So, you want more of that? You keep this up. I hope that once you make it to Olympus, we'll go hunting sometime, you and I, you know? I like being on my own and all, but it's been nice talking to you like this.
I'm absolutely flabbergasted, nephew. I offer you the finest blessings of the earth and sea, and they're not good enough. I can't stay angry. Let us call all that unpleasantness back there water under the bridge. What say you, nephew?
Come forth, blackguard, and be vanquished by my righteous spear.
I will be waiting for you to return.
I'm up. Signed you in, you're good to go.
It's my great pleasure to make your acquaintance. Call me Dusa, please. I'm your house custodian, and I am at your service. Anything you need, just call, okay?
Dusa, wonderful to know you. This house is immaculate. Night and day difference from before. Now I know exactly whom to compliment.
Thanks so much. I will not let you down.
Thank you in turn.
Notoriously vicious Cerberus is watching quietly his master's court.
So help me, boy, I cannot fathom why you would have bought back the authority to enter the administrative chamber once again.
I knew you thought I'd never do it under any circumstances, Father. That seemed reason enough. Though fear not, I've no plans to reapply for a position there.
That does alleviate a deeply rooted fear of mine, in fact. The scene you caused in your brief time there yet remains a widely talked about event among the shades who toil for me still.
I'll be sure to say hello.
The songs of my Eurydice are without peer.
Bye for now.
You are consorting with the severed Gorgon head, my child. Despite my wishes that you maintain respectful distances between yourselves.
She's my friend, Nyx. Look, I love you very much. You know I do, except you cannot choose my friends for me. I can't allow that. I know you don't trust her. Don't you trust me?
I do. Then very well. But understand that your relationship with her does not preclude the need for her continual improvement with respect to her responsibilities.
She'll be fine. No one works harder than Dusa.
I can tell when Mother Nyx is upset, Zagreus, and I know better than to ask her, so I'm going to ask you. What happened?
Probably because Nyx took issue with me chatting with Dusa from time to time. Is that really so unbecoming of me? Not even Father seems to care.
Well, Mother cares, and I for one know better than to question it. None of us would be here were it not for her. If she has a request for you, you honor it.
You're telling me I should just start ignoring Dusa from now on, like you do?
You're a god. I'm telling you to learn to act like one.
I need to trouble you for something, Zag.
Meg, what a surprise. Again. What is it? What's the matter? Wait, why are you looking at me like that?
Shut up already, Zagreus, and come here.
You really... Oh. I thought you'd never ask, but I'm glad you did. Wow. Meg, what I'm trying to say is, are you Are we good? Or...
You ask too many questions, Zag. But yes, I'd say we are again, for now. But if you tell another soul, I'll kill you. Understand?
But... no, wait, not even Than?
Than's not an idiot. He wants what's best for you. And he isn't the jealous type. Besides, I have a good working relationship with him, as you well know.
Yeah, but what about you? You're the punisher of jealousy. What if I...
We're not mere mortals, Zag. Mortals cling to one another viciously because their lives are short. What do we care? If Nyx has taught me one thing, it's that the heart has no bounds. Now quit your worry and get prepared for when we meet again out there. See you around.
See you around? Yes. Whenever I encounter you, Uncle Poseidon, my spirits lift, and I feel there must not be anything that can stop me. I only wish we met sooner, though I'm grateful to have met you at all.
I thought I told your nephew not to make such offerings to me. I probably forgot. Or getting you mixed up, perhaps, for I have many other nephews, thanks to Zeus. Though between us, I don't like any one of them as much as you. You know, I've many vitally important things to do besides lending my aid to you repeatedly, nephew. But all of that can wait. Family comes first.
At the risk of incurring your wrath, Lady Artemis, I hope you will accept this from me, and see that my gratitude for all you have done for me is genuine.
What do you know? Another gift of nectar. That's quite thoughtful of you, Zagreus. Normally don't care much for the stuff, but every now and then, I mean, why not? You must have a friend or two, don't you? It's hard being alone all of the time. At least I have Callisto and the other nymphs, and I have you. A distant friend is still a friend, isn't that right?
One less giant evil Aphrodite. You must have more worshippers and suitors than all your kin upon Olympus combined. I may not fall exactly into either category, though I hope you know my gratitude for all you've done for me is true.
You know, dearest, I am more worshipped than perhaps anybody else upon Olympus. You'd think getting such praise would roll right off my back by now, but no. I love receiving it, especially from you. The Solan Artemis reached out to you, did she? Oh, that's adorable, dearest. Just don't make any sudden movements with her,
Hi, you two.
You mess with Tiss, Redblood. You mess with me. Get it?
Come on now. We just finished eating. Here. Got plenty left over.
Lady Demeter, I am forever in your debt for the affection that you've shown to me, and for the power you've bestowed.
The everlasting winter means that nectar's been in rather short supply. That you would think of me for such an offering is duly noted, then. My sisters Hestia and Hera surely would assist as well, young Sprout. Except they and our foster brothers haven't been getting along of late. Though as for me, I'll never leave this mountaintop of mine.
No Hermes?
Wish I could just fly in and haul you out of there, cuz, but there's some rules even I can't break. They're nice to see you have a go of it.
I've come to offer my support. If you've a moment, Zagreus. One of my relatives has claimed that I usurp your time, so I invited her to contact you.
Hello, Zagreus. Athena here is grandstanding or trying to prove a point or something. I don't know. Anyway, nice talking to you.
Well, I suppose that's settled then. I'm afraid such interactions aren't uncommon here amongst my family. But what's a family without flaws?
A question, if you don't mind, stranger.
because I've had one nagging at me since we last discussed the subject. What exactly happened to Achilles, can you say? After I died, that is. I've heard the rumors, but I don't trust any of this boastful lot.
Well, from what I gathered, sir, after you fell, he was overcome with grief and anger. He joined the war just like you urged, and single-handedly he almost ended it.
So then, he threw away his life, soon enough after I lost mine. Yet despite vanquishing an army on his own, he wound up in the lowest pits of Tartarus, instead of here, among the great.
You should know, sir. You were buried together. Your ashes, that is. It was his final request. As for how he came to be at my father's house, that's something I think he can best explain. And I will do everything I can to make sure that he has the opportunity.
Our ashes, you say? Together? The fool. We could have lived, not been reduced to meal for the worms. But I appreciate the information, stranger. Now, please go.
Try as you might, monster. Asterius and I shall stop you.
This is the fate of those who challenge me.
I was just resting my eyes. You won't tell anybody, right?
Huh?
Zagreus, how am I doing as a mother? Tell me honestly. Nyx has had so much to share about raising you. Foods you hated or enjoyed, your natural abilities, your friendships. She knows everything. Sometimes I wonder how I can ever compete.
Mother, I think you're doing great. And I'm sure you know it's not a competition between you and Nyx. I just get the benefit of having two great mothers rather than one. Or zero.
Thank you, my son. I know I wasn't there for most of the hard part, but I'm here now. Though when I inevitably, inadvertently trample all over your feelings at some point, please tell me, all right?
It's a deal. Mother, I know there may not be many things you miss from living on Olympus, though I wondered if perhaps ambrosia may be one of them. And got you some, because, well, here.
Why, this really is ambrosia. How did you even acquire this, Zagreus? It brings back memories for certain, and never the bad ones, which I think it must be why we prize this stuff so much. This is for me.
It is, of course. And it's my dearest hope that at some point long from now, when you're relaxing with a bottle of ambrosia, dare I say perhaps with Father, that these memories will be among the ones that spring to mind.
Oh, my son. I shall certainly not need ambrosia to think back upon getting to know you with the greatest fondness. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Mother.
It is woefully infrequent that I've cause for this, but I do have to thank you, boy. You've culled the satyrs and the vermin, bringing ruin to our temple there. Blasted creatures multiply at an alarming rate.
They're not doing your bidding, yet they're every bit as bothersome as all your wretched servants I've met. I'm surprised you aren't getting along.
They are a plague upon this realm, although we have them well contained for now. And once they are rightly dead, they tend to swear to me their fealty.
Pushovers. I don't suppose the name Skelly happens to mean anything to you, does it, Nyx?
It means nothing to me at all, my child. Though, why do you invoke such names within this house? Who is this Skelly, and what do you presume is the connection that exists between us?
Oh, well, essentially he's an animated skeleton who shows up just outside my bedchambers and lets me practice with my weapons on him. I sort of figured that you put him up to it. So it wasn't you?
Achilles moved throughout these chambers under my own shroud, if you must know. And thus you have in your possession the infernal arms. But I have not exerted further influence than that. Is this skeleton to be trusted, then?
I think so. I don't know. He seems all right. Dusa, I think that Nyx has some concerns, maybe with me, because it's like you said, she doesn't want us talking here like this. Is she not satisfied with the work you've been doing or something?
Oh, Prince, no, it isn't you. It's definitely me. There's all these things she said I need to work on. Calmness, not making so many lists, putting things into perspective, not working myself too hard, not taking blame for things that aren't my fault.
Those sound like reasonable goals, though I just wish that Nyx could find a way to tell you that wasn't so upsetting. Won't you take care of yourself, Dusa, please?
And plus, she said I'm not supposed to talk to you. She said that too. Oh, I am going to be in so much trouble. Ah!
This isn't working. Achilles, I meant to ask, did you know that Coronacht the Heartseeker once belonged to the centaur Chiron? Because one of its aspects is his own. He didn't have it back when you trained with him, did he?
Master Chiron, truly? Ah, of course. He granted me a spear, I think you know. If he possessed one such weapon, why not more? I remember his bow shined like the sun. It was splendid and never missed its mark, though I attributed that to Chiron's extraordinary skill.
I'm sure his skill did most of the work. In your honor, Lady Artemis, your mighty blessings have helped me through so many trials now, and I always welcome your level-headed presence here.
Look, I like being worshipped just as much as anybody, Zagreus, though bear in mind that you can always leave the worship of me to the forest nymphs, all right? I'd love to know about your life down there. I'll try and help you live through it this time, so that way you can tell me.
Surely you've heard the rumblings about a war which has erupted on the surface here. Doubtless you've seen an influx of fallen mortals. It's quite a decent one, I have to say. Though unlikely to rise to the ranks of the greats. Too few armies involved in it, I fear.
Dearest, why, I sense your heart is very full indeed. You positively emanate with love. You must have grown quite close to many dear to you. Perhaps so you may do the same with me? I'm so delighted to have seen your spirit shine.
I will have you know, Prince, that your visits here have become a very important part of my routine.
And what routine is that exactly, sir?
Why, the routine of looking forward, of course. I try to appreciate the moment as much as anybody, but, you know, it's always nice having something to look forward to. So, see you next time, then.
I'm back, ladies.
Well, well. Check it out, sis. The god of trash is here. Let's get to work.
Hey. I often remember that there's sweetness in this world only by your grace, Lady Demeter. I'm thankful that we've grown closer through all this.
You would make further offerings to me. Even though I have made quite clear I've lately not been at my charitable best, young Zagreus. You're either naive, or you're much too kind. Or both. The frostbitten horn which you bear once overflowed. It holds a certain power still, of course. But never again shall mortal kind take it for granted.
How strange of a coincidence that you keep running into me along the riverside like this. Don't you agree there, cuz?
Butterflies better stay away from me. My Lady Aphrodite, once more you've graced me with your presence and your favor, which inspire the best from me. Let this modest gift of ambrosia signify I am forever in your debt.
My little godling. I'd say you've honored me more times than I could count, but that would be a lie now, wouldn't it? I so admire your devotion and your perseverance. If ever you do reach us on Olympus, I should very much enjoy getting to know you even better then.
Olympus, I accept this message.
You've traveled rather quickly to this point. Which reminds me, I've not seen Swift Hermes anywhere of late. The rascal's likely dallying about.
You're such a sweetheart. At first I didn't know how to get through to that odd riverboat named Charon. Turns out he lusts for coin, and now I understand him well.
Rematch?
Waste not more words with this one, King. Let's fight.
That ought to make Theseus shut it for a bit.
All these river denizens you've caught, little Hades, it can only mean we share a deep connection, don't you think? I with my power over the entire vastness of the seas, and you with the power to ensnare a hapless fish with but a flick of the wrist.
Go right ahead. I'll get you all signed in.
Get some rest, mate. Here, Mother. More bottled pleasant memories for you. I know you're glad you've long since left Olympus, but I'm glad you were there because the experience of it must have played no small part in making you who you are.
You know, the last bottle you gave me brought more pleasant memories than I expected. No telling just how many more of them I've tucked away. Say, would it be all right if I share this with your father?
It is yours to do with as you please.
Almost sounded like a no to me.
No, I mean, yes, please share it with Father if he would be willing. I imagine what few pleasant memories he has are all of you.
Nonsense. There's also Cerberus. Present company excluded. Come on, son. Your father has a lot of work to do, but I'm absolutely certain that he has fond memories of you. Though I know that isn't reassuring coming from me.
Everything is somehow reassuring coming from you, Mother.
Nyx told me that you helped her reconnect with her parent after a long, long time. That was very kind of you. She never asks for anything. But we all owe her a lot, don't we?
I think so. If not for her, I can't even imagine, really. Did Nyx ever speak to you of chaos before I was born?
Not really, no. Nyx is very private when it comes to personal matters. But she has feelings and desires, same as anybody. Well, mostly. But the point is, I know this meant a lot to her.
Least I could do.
Blasted parchment work, it never goes away.
Good talk.
I shall keep singing of your praises far and wide.
How has it been for you of late, Nyx? Having Mother here again for old time's sake?
Though reminiscent of an older time, it is now very different, child. For one thing, you are present now, unlike before.
Oh, right. So are you getting on okay? Is everything all right?
Everything is all right. Your birth mother, Persephone, her presence has been welcome here, I think.
I think so too.
You sure that you're all right with everything? I wouldn't want you to be caught up in the middle of all this. If you so much as said to call it off.
No, Meg, no, Meg, come on. No, are you kidding me? I mean, I couldn't be happier about it, really. You deserve this. As long as you're happy yourself, right?
Well, thank you, Dusa. You've always been so kind. I don't quite know what to say.
Hey, now, that's my line. Look, though, I better get going, but I just want to say this is great news, all right? Thank you for telling me.
You're right. And same to you.
I don't wish to presume, lad, but you seem more glum than usual. What's weighing on you there, if you don't mind?
Oh, it's just... I've never slain a living creature, sir, until my recent journey to the temple up above. I know they're just satyrs and vermin, but it's not the same as sending wretches to the depths.
Look, all mortal life is fragile. It simply is a struggle to survive. Sooner or later it fails to succeed, and then it ends up here. And we have room enough for everyone, even the satyrs and the vermin of the world.
Now that you mention it, I have to say I'm glad we can accommodate all former living things.
And at least mortals get to rest assured knowing what happens once they die. Must really ease the mind.
Indeed, lad.